If you notice any inconsistencies with like my hair or makeup or the background of the video or something, no you don't, because it's not like I'm filming this part a week later after filming the last 2 parts. Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of me breaking down my trip to the Philippines last year. If you haven't seen the first 2 parts and don't care to, I'm basically just going through all the footage from my 4-week-long trip while providing context, sharing stories, and all of that great stuff. Again, I will most likely be looking in this direction throughout most of the video because I have an outline on my computer, which is right here, of all the stuff that I want to say. And with that, let's get started. So I left off part 2 saying that this day started off kind of stressful. Well, it started off with breakfast at the ancestral home and my cousin braiding my hair as she did every day, and I thank her immensely for that. But when we got home is when it started getting stressful. The reason for that is because that night we had what we call a gala night, where we all dress up and basically just have a big old party. But what my cousins and I didn't know is that for gala night we had to put together some type of performance. Like each separate family, like the 4th generation, well, it doesn't have to be 4th generation, it's just, you know how the grown-ups make all the kids do all this stuff, but we are the kids in my family. Like, well, okay, basically there's 6 pairs of grandparents where we all stemmed off from, right? And then each of those 6 families had to put together a presentation. That's all you really need to know. Again, we didn't know about it until the day before, or like a couple days before, so we had to throw something together in like an hour. We did come up with an idea the night before coming back from the foam party, but you know, we wouldn't actually know if it'd work until we rehearsed it and practiced it and all that, so it was definitely crunch time. What we decided to do was sing Country Roads Take Me Home by John Denver, because you can never go wrong with the song. Plus, most of us are from Texas, so like the genre was a little bit fitting. But we also sprinkled in a little Visaya and special things about Auntie Cara, which again is where my family is from. If you watch the highlights vlog on my main channel, then you probably noticed that that was the song I used in the beginning before the drop, and I also titled it Angang Kumbayan, because that was one of the lines that we added into our cover of the song. So after practicing for maybe an hour or 2, we figured that what we had was as good as it was going to get and decided to get ready. And I looked pretty good, if I do say so myself, or really just my outfit, because rehearsal time cut into getting ready time, so I didn't have the time I thought I would to do my hair or makeup like how I wanted to. Like I literally bought a whole new eyeshadow palette with colors that would specifically go with the color of my outfit, but I wasn't even able to use it. But it's okay, because at least I know, or I think, my outfit was on point. We headed out to the venue and ended up sitting at the table right in front of the band, which was pretty nice, and everybody looked so good. We are definitely a good looking bunch, if I do say so myself. The food was delicious, of course, and not to mention the cute little setup for all the desserts. I loved it, and I also love the wine that was available as well. Just kidding, I hate wine, but I do love anything that gets me drunk. Throughout the gala, we listened to several speeches
of our Ambrosio Cecilia Tongkuklan that we have this evening. Please guide and send down your Holy Spirit to guide us.
And then watched a few performances, 2 of which were impromptu performances by the 3rd and 4th generation. The 3rd generation did the Cha-Cha Slide, a classic, and yes, that's my mama in the front, the queen of line dancing, doing what she does best. I'll have to see if I can steal footage for this one, but my generation did a dance to Dura by Daddy Yankee with choreography led by one of my babies, who also did a solo dance performance that night. And now we're here to the performance. You were hoping I wouldn't forget, but I was hoping that I would. Fortunately for me, I don't have my own footage because 1, I was performing, and 2, I'd rather die than share footage of me doing an ill-rehearsed performance. So yeah, it wasn't the best. I have really bad performance anxiety, like just really bad anxiety in general ever since I hit puberty in the 5th grade, I don't know. But yeah, I was literally gagging out of nervousness beforehand. That's how nervous I was, but I knew I had no choice but to do it. I mean, like, you can just see the fear on my face in this picture alone. Also, my little cousin thought it'd be a good idea to not save the lyrics that I sent her on her phone, so I ended up giving her mine and had to share with my cousin that I was also sharing a microphone with, but I couldn't really see her phone and it was too late to do anything about it, so I was going off of memory and pure luck, which I probably shouldn't have though, because after our performance, we went to go sit back down at our tables and my cousin turned to me and asked, "Did you sing the right lyrics?" And obviously they wouldn't have been asking me that had I sang the right lyrics, right? So I low-key started to spiral and I was just like, did I sing the wrong lyrics? I don't know, like I think I did. Like how embarrassing is it that I already don't know how to speak Bisaya and now I'm messing up basic Bisaya in front of my whole family where everybody can see who made what mistakes because there's only 7 of us performing. I remember at the end of our performance though, I leaned into the microphone to say something and it either wasn't on or kind of on a time crunch here. You can stop, thank you. I leaned into the microphone to say something and realized that either the microphone wasn't working or it just wasn't on. So I'm praying that nobody heard me nor looked at my mouth during the performance and noticed that I sang it incorrectly, because looking back at it, I know exactly what I said. I said ang akong bayon instead of bayan. It could have been worse, yeah, and nobody else said anything to me for the rest of the night, but let's just move on because I want to erase this from my memory forever. Continuing on with what we did at the gala, we held hands and sang along to a song that I didn't know we had to learn the lyrics to, whoops again, but still a very cute and intimate moment with the family. We also went up and gave thanks and hugs and kisses to the remaining second generation family members because they deserve to be showered with all the love in the world, these precious human beings. For the rest of the event, we took pictures in the photo booth. We also took family/group pictures, and look how freaking adorable my grandpa is. He's 89 here and can break it down better than anybody I've ever met. And since we're here, let's just take another minute to appreciate my fit and to admire how beautiful my family is, I guess, but mostly the fit. And then we danced the night away, like literally danced the whole night. of that, you know that the fourth generation was not done yet. So after the gala, the cool no, I'm just kidding, but me and a few of my other cousins went to a nightclub, Atmospheres or Atmo, that was like attached to the venue or next to the venue. And so we went from dancing the night away to dancing and drinking the night away. The place was literally empty except for one other group in there, which is unheard of for a club, at least in my experience. I was still pretty scarred from being so hungover the day before, not gonna lie, so I did take it a little easy that night, but I still will never ever pass up an opportunity to drink and hang out with my family because I love them so much, and also because I have extreme FOMO. It was such a great time bonding with my cousins, especially my younger ones that are now old enough to go out and party. It was pretty fucking weird though to go out with them and hearing them call me Ati, because in almost every group that I go out and drink with, I'm always the youngest, I'm baby. So since I'm used to being the youngest, it was just really weird to see my younger cousins like in a nightclub, taking shots, just partying it up, because I will forever view them as babies, and that's why I call them my babies. After the club, we went to McDonald's, so here's a little mukbang moment of that.
Oh, it's a video. Okay. It's a video.
Oh, it's a video. Hi guys.
Oh,
At the moment we're in
is that video or?
It's a video, it's recording.
Oh, here. Yeah, don't use for
Yeah, mukbang.
Oh, mukbang.
Mukbang.
Oh, a mukbang with a lot of people in it. Okay. Nobody's seeing a picture of us?
Babe, can you do a picture too, please? Then you have something on your face.
Eating up.
It's makeup.
Then we went back home where we could get at least a little bit of sleep before the final, very last day of our reunion. When we got to my house though, a little incident happened. So keep in mind there's 12 of us in one car, totally jam-packed, right? 3 in the front, 4 in the middle, which is where I was, and then 5 in the back. I was sandwiched in the middle, meaning that when we got to my house, that meant somebody had to get out first so that I could then get out, right? So when we did arrive at my house, my cousin who was sitting to the left of me reached over me, and then my cousin sitting to the right of me to open the door, and I don't even know what exactly happened. It really happened so fast. But the next thing I know, my cousin that was sitting next to the door is now hanging out of the car and holding on for dear life. Like, this poor boy was holding on to the car door with his hand and holding on to the car seat with this one. And I was just like, oh my God, what do I do? So I noticed that his feet were like underneath the front seat. And I was thinking, okay, maybe that's why he's not moving, because his feet are stuck. So I started pushing down his feet, like literally pushing his toes down. And he signaled me to stop. So just like, okay, so maybe that's not what it is. And keep in mind that this cousin is deaf, so he couldn't tell me what was happening or what exactly was wrong. I do understand a little bit of sign language, like barely, but even then he couldn't sign to me because, you know, he's using his hands to hang on for dear life. And I don't know how it all ended. I think his brother got out from the back and was eventually able to help him. Like, all I remember is like just him getting up from the ground. Oh my God, so yeah, that was that. I know, I'm so mean, but I could not stop laughing, and I am not even exaggerating when I say that I laughed about it every day for the rest of my trip, and we're only on week 2. And it was so bad because for our final day of the reunion, we went on a mini tour around Bohol where we took those big charter buses, and my cousin, the one that fell, sat next to me, and I was the one that actually was like, hey, sit next to me. But I probably shouldn't have done that. Had I known, I would literally be laughing to myself the whole trip, at least on the bus rides, because I could not stop thinking about it. Just looking at him would make me think about it. So I was literally just like putting my head down and hiding my face while laughing. It's so bad, and I'm just an awful person. I'm so sorry, but if you had a front row seat to the whole thing like I did, you'd probably be laughing too. Probably not, because I'm just mean. So I am going to end part 3 here. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I definitely did. And if you want to see the next one, go ahead and click the I up above or the link down in the description box below, and I'll see you guys there. Bye!